Are you so busy in the mornings that you often don't have time for breakfast? You're running around getting the kids up, fed, and dressed, getting school lunches in order, or rushing to get yourself ready and then jumping in the car to get on the road before rush hour traffic hits. I get the busyness. Yet, you know breakfast is important and can give your day that much needed energy boost. So, what can you do? Let's talk about this today. In this episode, I want to give you a simple option for breakfast, one that is super easy to put together. It can also be made gluten-free and is already refined sugar-free. You can then eat it immediately in the mornings or take with you if you need to head quickly out the door. What is it? I'll show you. Meet me on the inside. Welcome to the Plant-Based Eating Made Easy podcast. I'm your host, Anna Zinn, plant-based registered dietitian and transition coach. Hi friend, do you want to regain your health with plant-based eating but feel overwhelmed and lost about how to do it? Do you feel it'll be hard to change your meat-heavy diet and impossible with working, running the home, or chasing after the grandkids? If so, you're in the right place. Here you'll find simple strategies, clear nutrition guidance, and practical tips to help you thrive plant-powered with more energy. So if you're ready to ditch the guesswork and transform your health the stress-free way, cozy up now with a hot cup of tea or listen while you walk, and let me show you how doable plant-based eating can be. Let's do this. What are your mornings like? Are they generally calm and relaxing or stressful and rushed? Chances are, most of you fall into the latter category. That could be the main reason why you're here listening to this episode now. Let's face it, life can get pretty busy and crazy at times. Yet, breakfast is one of those meals that really shouldn't be skipped if you can help it, especially for kids. When planned right, breakfast can not only help you in reaching your weight goals, it can also give a good plant-fueled energy and brain boost to help you start the day off well. And to be honest, we all need that in the mornings, right? Well, I want to help you start building a regular breakfast routine, so that's why I wanted to talk about this on the podcast today. There are many delicious plant-based breakfast meal options, but today I want to give you one fast and easy plant-based option you can add to your breakfast repertoire. What's this option? It's vanilla blueberry overnight oats. Never heard of overnight oats before? Neither did I until I tried it for the first time years ago in my early days of transitioning to a plant-based diet. Overnight oats refers to the process of soaking a portion of rolled oats or large flake oats in a jar with plant-based milk and other ingredients overnight, so it has time to absorb the liquid and become softer in texture. You can then eat the contents from the jar for breakfast or even as a snack or after dinner dessert the next day. So there's no cooking involved at all. For someone who has always up to that point eaten oatmeal cooked on the stove in a pot, this concept was rather strange to me at first. And I remember the first time I made it. When my husband and I tried it, we found the chewy oat texture quite different since we were not used to eating uncooked oats. But the kids loved it, and we adults grew used to it pretty quickly after the second and third time trying it. Now, my husband can even make the vanilla blueberry overnight oats recipe all on his own for the kids for breakfast. So let me tell you how to make the vanilla blueberry overnight oats so you can try it too. All you need is a medium or large lidded glass jar and 7 key ingredients. To make 2 servings, simply put 1 cup of rolled oats or large flake or old-fashioned oats into the jar, then add 1½ cups of a calcium and vitamin D fortified plant-based milk. Examples of this would be an unsweetened or original flavored fortified almond milk, oat milk, or organic soy milk. Stir to combine these 2 main ingredients well, then add in a 1/4 cup of fresh or frozen blueberries, 3 tablespoons of raisins, and 2 teaspoons of chia seeds. Finally, dice up a ripe fresh pear and add that in, along with a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then stir to mix these ingredients up well in the jar, close the lid, and pop this lidded jar into the fridge. Let this jar sit overnight. Then the next morning, simply take out this jar, give the contents a good stir, and then enjoy. If you like, feel free to put some additional toppings into the jar before enjoying it, such as more fresh or frozen blueberries on top, some roasted pumpkin seeds, or even some ground flaxseed. Now you may be wondering, can you do this with steel-cut oats? The answer is yes, you can, but be prepared for an even greater, chewier texture. But it will get a bit softer as the steel-cut oats continue to soak in the jar with plant-based milk for 2 to 3 more days. Also, if you need this recipe to be gluten-free, just make sure you get certified gluten-free oats to use. But what I love about this overnight oats recipe is that it's not just easy to make, it is also oil-free and naturally refined sugar-free. If you need the full recipe, I have it posted up on my website at plantnourish.com, so you can go there to get all the details. But I'll put the link to this recipe in the show notes for this episode as well, so that you can get to it easily. I still remember the delightful feedback I received when I first published this recipe on my website. A member of my Free Beginners for Plant-Based Diet Success Facebook group community, who also follows me on Instagram, posted a picture of her jar of overnight oats following this recipe as an Insta story on her account. Then she posted another picture with feedback after she had a chance to try it. She even sent me a message saying, "First time I've made overnight oats and loved it, so I'll be making them again and again." Thank you so much for the inspiration. Her comment and message really warmed my heart. So my friend, I hope you will give this recipe a try and will enjoy it too. So today we looked at a simple breakfast option, making vanilla blueberry overnight oats. Now here's an action step you can take. Go to the link in the show notes to have a look at the recipe and then give it a try sometime this week or the coming week. And my advice? Try it a few times, not just once, because the texture and taste definitely grows on you over time. And if you do like it, you can even double the recipe and make a larger batch at one point to cover a few breakfast meals during the week. That's actually what one of my current clients does now. She makes this vanilla blueberry overnight oats recipe regularly for her family as they transition to an increasingly plant-powered lifestyle. But each time she makes a few jars up at a time to last a few morning meals. Her daughter is a teenager and is often rushing out the door, but she enjoys grabbing one of these jars to go with her on the way out. So having overnight oats as an option has really worked out well for them as a family, and I'm really happy about that. Friend, today I gave you one breakfast option, but if you're not a fan of oats, know that there are many other breakfast possibilities. In fact, I devote a whole video lesson in my Plant-Powered Life Transformation course just to breakfast because there are so many delicious options. So if you're looking for more simple-to-make meal ideas and recipes, come join me inside the Plant-Powered Life Transformation course. This 6-module online course will teach you practical strategies, prepping hacks, essential skills, meal ideas, and lots more affordable, easy whole food plant-based recipes. Use this course to support you as you make your plant-based diet transition in the midst of a busy life and schedule. Find out more about this course at plantnourish.com/PPLT course or see the link in the show notes. Thank you so much for listening. If this podcast has inspired, encouraged, or helped you in some way to transform your health, I would love to hear about it. Please take 30 seconds to rate and leave a written review on Apple Podcasts to let me know. It will encourage me so much to hear how this podcast has positively impacted and made a difference in your journey towards wellness. And share about this podcast with a friend or loved one so we can all thrive in the best health. Remember, plant-based eating can be easy and doable. See you in the next episode, my friend.